The private sector has done very well over the multiple generations of cellular in terms of increasing capacity, allowing for higher data rates within metropolitan areas. I can remember a time when it was hard to place a call in Washington, D.C. because they were beyond their capacity, and the service providers adjusted to this over time. I haven't encountered those problems in a very long time. But where the public needs to play a role is in underserved areas. We have communities where it's just not financially feasible for a service provider to come in and provide the same sort of services they do in a metropolitan area. So that's something where government help would be very helpful, whether it's simply providing funds to make it a more financially reasonable service, or simply to mandate it. In other words, to say if you're going to enjoy the benefit of using the spectrum, which we are providing you, admittedly providing it through a lottery, but providing it nonetheless, you should be able to provide services in areas where it's less profitable. The United States has been a leader in developing new technologies, but when it comes to rolling it out and making it available to the consumer, the United States has not done very well. Relatively recently, the available download rates on average for internet access, we ranked something like 20th, 25th in the world. Other countries where there's been significant government involvement, thinking of South Korea, for example, they've been typically in the top 5 because there are various ways that the government interacts with the industry that makes it easier to provide that service to the consumer. I think because of 5G in particular, we're going to see the U.S. playing more of a role in providing the services as opposed to developing the technologies. I think the service providers are competing in a constructive way, and they will be providing better service over time. We're going to see some significant changes in the marketplace over the next 10 years. I think 5G is revolutionary as opposed to evolutionary. We're going to see some significant developments as people find new and interesting ways to exploit the new use cases in 5G. One good way to see what's going to happen would be to look back in time. We all remember a time, or at least some of us do, when we had PDAs, personal digital assistants. We had a separate device that would play music, a separate device that would remember our schedule. That's no longer the case. We've got something called cellular convergence, where everything happens on a single cellular platform. I think that tendency will continue. I would see us in 10 to 15 years simply using our cellular service to provide all the internet connectivity in our homes. That would include the streaming services and all the other things we do with separate modems today.